So in this first video, I wanted to just go over some Python developer environments that are frequently used out there. So there are tons of developer environments or IDEs. There are lots of different programs that you can use to code with various languages, not specifically just Python, but right now Python is a very popular coding language. It's open source and it has a lot of functionality and a lot of tools. Particularly for machine learning and artificial intelligence, which is why it's been used so much in research and higher education. The first one I wanted to show you guys is called Google Colab. And this is a tool that's offered by Google for free for developers. And it is in the form of what's called a Jupyter Notebook. So you may have heard that term before, but basically what it is it's a special type of coding environment where things are broken up into chunks or cells. And that can make things easier for reproducibility and for learning and for teaching and note-taking and stuff like that. So Colab and Jupyter Notebooks are frequently used in educational settings, and it basically gives you the ability to insert all of your code and notes or markdown language into their own little chunks or cells. And so this is what it looks like. I use dark mode on my computer, so that's why my browser and stuff is black with white text. So I hope that's easy for you guys to see. Basically, you have your code and your text and stuff. You can add these little chunks. And this helps you keep track of things. And then anytime you want to execute a cell or run the code that's in that cell, all you do is press this little play button and it'll run whatever code is in there. So you can name your file up here, just like most other Google documents. And then you've got your menu here. They have some really great resources for people who are learning to use Google Colab. They have some introductory notebooks and stuff that you can walk through that are very helpful. And then there's also some additional features here that are hidden initially. So there is a file explorer functionality. This allows you to add a table of contents. So if you're putting together something a little more complex than a small code project, you can use the Markdown language to create sections and headers and documentation for the project that you're doing. I'll show you an example of this in another video. Basically, the only other things I wanted to cover really quick just for the environment for Google Colab. Over here, you'll notice you have like a RAM meter and a disk meter. And this is keeping track of your storage. So they are offering this as a free service. They'll connect you to a server and let you use their computing resources. But there is a limit to it. They're not going to let you bog down their HPCs and stuff with jobs for free, like educational purposes. This does have all the functionality of a Google document. So it names the same way. It automatically saves the same way. You can share and comment. And that's one of the reasons people like to use this in teaching settings, is it's very easy to share these documents with students or with collaborators that can contribute live in real time to a document or make copies of it and download it to their local machines or to their own personal Google Drives. And so basically what we're looking at is you've got your cells here, so you can use these buttons to add code or text cells. The code cells are going to look like this. And then whenever it's time for you to run the code, you're going to press the play button and you can double click and add different levels of text. So if you want to use the Markdown language, there are a couple of different options here using the pound key for different levels of headers or just regular notes. You can embed HTML and stuff in here. You can put links, you can put pictures, emojis, charts, lists, whatever you want to do. You can make some really nice reports and stuff using the Markdown features, the text cells. You can move these around. So if you realize that there's something, you wanted to put the title or something at the very top, you can just use these buttons over here on the right to move it up. You can also get a link directly to a cell or a block that you can share with other people. You can add comments, edit the cell. You can pop it out into another tab or use the trash button to delete it. And then you can also perform copy and paste functions if you need to. So that's just the basic functionality. And then one thing I wanted to show you is how to upload a file to your session storage. So in the example I'm going to use in my next video, we're going to upload a CSV file. And that's basically what you'll use this file explorer feature for. So if it's collapsed, when you open up your Google Drive, you can just click on this little file icon on the left. That's going to open up your file explorer, and you can use these buttons to upload things to the session storage. But just keep in mind that they will be deleted at the end of your session. So you'll initiate the session when you run your first line of code, and then you'll get a notification. It'll tell you the runtime has disconnected, and you'll have to restart your work at that point, and your session storage will be automatically deleted. So I'll show in other videos 2 ways that you can link in your own data sets. One is going to be uploading them to temporary session storage, and then there's another way that you can link it directly to a file that's hosted in your Google Drive folder, so that you don't have to upload it to the session storage every time. So I hope this was helpful. In the next video, we're going to go over Visual Studio Code, which is the desktop version of a very popular Python developer environment. And we'll go over some of the basics of that. And then in the future, we'll cover RStudio Desktop and RStudio Cloud and get into some specific projects. So thank you guys. See you next time.